spreadsheet import method of setting up an event within the Gallus tournament software. Now here I am within an event. You notice at the top there's a spreadsheet template button. Now why would I use a spreadsheet template? You of course could go into the software and you could manually input every single piece of information, and you're totally free to do so. But many course operators want to just really quickly get it done in one shot. Maybe you're familiar with Excel spreadsheets and that's the way that you use. So we found that this is a really, really quick and easy method to get all of your information imported within our module. So if you click Use Spreadsheet Template, it's going to take you to a page where it gives you instructions on how to actually download the template, edit the info, and then re-upload it in so that you can build the entire event. So if you hit download template, it'll automatically get onto your actual computer. I've already downloaded it, so you can actually see right here. Here's an example of the spreadsheet for a start hole start. That means basically it's kind of like a shotgun start. Well, it is a shotgun start. You would come in here and you would set your start holes. So you can see here we've given you all the different start holes just to get an idea of it. And then here's some examples of all the information that you could input. So going one column at a time, start hole. So this 1A is going to apply for every cell or every row until the next value is inputted. So for instance, like 1A, this is going to apply to all 4 of these players because we don't have another occurrence of a start hole here. So 1B will apply to these 4 and so on and so forth. Team name, same deal. You can input one team name and that'll apply to everyone until the next occurrence. And you can also input flights. You would need to do the same thing for flights where you can input it once and then it'll apply to everyone until the next occurrence. It will be smart enough to filter it by team though. So like if you don't have any flight inputted for this team, it won't apply a flight to them. It'll just do it for team 1. Team handicap, kind of same deal here. You can input the course handicap that you want applied if you're doing a net scoring format for your team scoring. And then you can input everybody's name within the name column. GIN number if you're doing an individual scoring format as well, or maybe it's just an individual scoring format and there's no teams at all. You can input players' GIN numbers within here, and it'll be smart enough, the software that is, to automatically calculate the course handicap for that particular player. And we also, if you want to learn more about the GIN integration, we actually have a detailed video that goes over how you can refresh player indexes on the day of the event and do it on a round-by-round basis as well. So there's options there. You can also input, of course, their gender, either M for male or F for female. This will apply the proper slope and rating for their given tee box within. Course handicap, if you're not using the GIN integration, you can input their course handicap here. This is like the fully calculated course handicap that you want to apply to the player. So you're taking slope and rating into account, their raw handicap index, and then you are giving us the number. So as such, this is a whole number because you're following the standard rules for handicap. So no decimals within this column. The email column, you can input their email within here. The main advantage to inputting an email in here is that you can actually use the send push notification to participants feature, which is within the players section here. You can hit send push notification. It's going to target people based off of the email that's been inputted within their user profile. So if you're setting up an event for a group of people that, maybe it's like a league or something like that, and you want to be able to send them a push notification real quick, putting their email in ahead of time is really advantageous for you. And finally, if you want to collect phone numbers, you can. This is mostly just for informational purposes, but you can put that in if you want. So you would go in, you would input all of this information, and then when you're ready, you would then go to the import page, upload the file, and it would build the entire event for you. The other scenario that you could have is you could have a tee time start. In that case, the start hole, it still is there as a column. There's not going to be any like A or B situation there, but the start time, you can actually go in and you can put what their tee time is, and it'll automatically apply that to the particular team or individual, depending on scoring format there. Now, that's the basic setup, but if you're a 27-hole course, you might want to stick around for this last little bit here. So maybe you're a 27-hole course, and each 9 has a different name. So maybe it's like you have a 9 that's named Old, and you have a 9 that's named Creek. One of the things you can do within here is, instead of like having it be, 1A and 10A as the starting hole, if you have your course set up properly, which I'll show you how to do that in a second, you can actually come in here and you can say like Old 1A, and maybe you want to do Creek 1A. It'll be smart enough to apply them to the proper hole within here, once again, as long as it's set up properly. So let me walk you through how you would set that up. In the dashboard, you can go under Basic Setup and Courses. If your course is already set up, so like I gave you the example of Old and Creek, you can click into it and you can come down to the hole detail section. Now, the 9-hole group name would be like Old and Creek, so you can come into the Edit 9-hole group names section and you can add those in there. The additional part of it would be like the whole fact that Creek, hole 10, like hole 10 for Creek would actually be hole 1 you want it to display as. So how you would do that is you would set a hole override. You can come into the hole. Here's your hole number override field. You can say basically this is hole 1. Even though it's hole 10 on the scorecard, it's hole 1. That'll change where it display or how it displays on the scorecard for the user, but also of course it'll make it so that this spreadsheet import works properly for you when you're inputting the particular start hole. So a little long-winded there, but it should be something that would actually really help you out a lot if you're a 27-hole facility, make it a little less confusing on you, hopefully. So that is how the spreadsheet imports for tournaments work. Hopefully this was useful for you. If you have any questions or need just some assistance, you can always give us a call at 888-426-8124 extension 2. You could always shoot us an email at support@gallusgolf.com, or if you just want to find the answer on your own, you can check out our knowledge base 24/7 at support.gallusgolf.com. Thanks so much for watching, and hope you have a great rest of your day.